SL Prime League.
SL Prime League Legacy of the Void. Here on Orbital Shipyard in the top right-hand corner, representing Flipside Tactics, it is puCK. And his opponent. Oh, go for it, Trigonal. Wasn't sure.
His opponent, down here in the bottom of the left, is going to be our purple Zerg, Plurmorant.
And Plurmorant, as I was saying, Plurmorant, however you want to say it, did qualify, or did get into the tournament through the qualifiers. I always got to word that, the qualifiers, but looks like Plurmorant is opening up with a hatch pool gas, which does have a little bit later metabolic boost timing than the hatch gas pool, but still, nevertheless, it's not too much different, and you should be relatively safe from any adept. Not even any adept shenanigans. You're pretty relatively safe versus anything, at least for now.
Yeah, in general, Orbital Shipyard is, I think, quite a good map for the kind of adepts are just good in the early game, so any kind of push is going to feature them in some way mostly, but kind of pylon contains, because you do have that natural base, kind of in base, you have to go through a very, very tight choke, and if your opponent gets a few pylons down there, as well as just a couple of handful of supporting units, a Mothership Core and a few adepts or something, then it can form a little kind of wall. Very tough to break through. But we'll see. For now, puCK is just kind of moving his probe out and going to be getting a scout off.
Yeah, definitely. puCK looking for that scout. As you're mentioning, it does have the potential to do a lot of damage, but like I was saying beforehand, just I've seen it mainly be contains. Hardly ever do you actually see it springboard into the main. It's just kind of, okay, you can't take your third for a while, but here are the Lings, Plurmorant, they will be able to deal with that probe for now. But still, puCK's going to get the full scout offset. Okay, you don't have like a natural or third, sorry, not a natural. You don't have a second or third gas, nothing of the sort. But the main for Plurmorant, it looks like he's going up to Roaches, which is actually what I was going to comment on. All right, there's the lair. We'll have to see past that. But generally what I've been seeing in Zerg, as I was telling Trigonal beforehand, I watched a ton of replays, and when it is hatch gas pool, they are going for the quick metabolic boost and ling pushes. When it's hatch pool gas, generally they're either going into Roaches or just banking up gas into lair. Whatever comes after that is still pretty it's still pretty variable after that point. It's not fact for sure, but generally that is what I've seen. So for now at least, puCK does not need to worry about any speedlings denying this kind of early adept push out, but it doesn't look like he's really relying on that. He's got a Stargate down, and actually these Lings will scout the Stargate, which is a fantastic pickup for Plurmorant.
Yeah, so far everything seems to be going Plurmorant's way. To start off with, his lair's going to finish up pretty quickly. Pretty fast lair here, and I'll be interested to see what he's planning on doing with it. There's the metabolic boost, so Hydra. I think I know what's happening. I think this is going to be a really fast lurker drop. This could be really cool. That's something I've been thinking about basically since they introduced the new drop mechanics. Well, in fact, a little bit before that, I pulled off a really stupid lurker drop rush before, when they had the half the swarm drop mechanics. But yeah, really cool. Oh, he actually gets a surround on this adept. It's going to take a lot of damage before it teleports to its shade, and this forces it to teleport to its shade. So, beautiful surround up against the minerals as well. So adept gets down, only killing off I think one probe and getting a little bit of scouting. So very nicely played there by Plurmorant. And it doesn't see any of the tech either.
Yeah, it won't spot that layer or the Hydralisk Den going down. I think a drop is incredibly viable. I've also seen just straight up, I'm going to rush to Hydra Lurker and push my opponent back, not necessarily doing the drop. But drop could have one or two, I feel like, you could have one or two kind of chinks in the armor, just because puCK is going Stargate easily, whether it be Phoenix or he is going Void Rays in the situation to kill a lot of the Overlords around. But they're going to be slow Overlords, and it's not really going to be that quick of a drop because of the Stargate from puCK, at least at the moment. I'll have to see, though, as I was mentioning, I have seen a lot of Hydra timings.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure it's going to be lurker drops at all. Going for that high range before the lurker den upgrade or something, that's something that you wouldn't really want to get if you're trying to rush out early economic damage and maybe get a container or something with lurker drops. So I think he just, fast Hydras, maybe a little bit of Ling Hydra, which matches up excellently, far better than Lurker drops against the Stargate opening from puCK. And maybe he decided to change his build order. Maybe he saw the Stargate and went, you know what? Actually, I can do this with this build order instead, and that'll be much better. And that'll be pretty cool. Could be a nice kind of varied opening for Zerg players to steal and using Legs of the Void.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to remember that the Hydralisk upgrade not only is the speed, but is also the range.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
They rolled them into one.
It's both, so it's combined. So it's very easily, it's kind of like giving them +1 arm, whatever. It's just, in a way, it's just a +1 upgrade for these Hydras. So they're automatically just a little bit better. And I'm kind of curious. The range of the Hydras currently is 6. What is Void Ray? Also 6 for the Void Rays. I was thinking whether they could maybe push them out, but at least they can go 1-for-1 with the Void Rays, and there won't be any of the kind of annoying kiting nonsense. Now that looks like puCK is just trying to buy himself time. Oh, well, it's always scary when you, bring something down to 1 health, and you just keep sending, one unit in, desperately trying to kill it. You know that feeling?
Yeah, for sure. Especially on Protoss third bases with little groups of Lings, but... Plurmorant's getting up a fairly scary force now of Ling Hydra and Solace. He's switched into Phoenixes, which is not going to be so hot against this. But yeah, there's quite a few Hydras here. And I don't know how many Phoenixes Solace puCK actually has, but it's not too many. He doesn't really have the supporting gateway force. And as good as adepts are on both Lings and Hydras, there just aren't enough of them, I don't feel.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Both Hydras and the Lings are light units, so the Adepts do pretty well, but there's just not quite enough of them. Photon Overcharge does go down, and the Phoenixes are able to pick up a lot of these Hydras. Actually, they push it back, but really key here, the Hydras need to pick up some Phoenix kills to make it worth it, and it's not quite going to be the situation. Remember, Hydras do have that +1 range, so they have a little bit easier time killing the Phoenixes. But still, that's not the case right now. I mean, that's what I love when I play Phoenix in any matchup. That Void Ray, sad Void Ray. What I love about playing Phoenix in any matchup is just there's lots of units as long as they're not massive that you negate. You can pick them up and you negate them. And especially, I was talking to Saber how much I hate PvP at the moment, just playing it, but you can, if they have 2 more Immortals than you just negate them for that small amount of time. And these Hydras actually may be able to push through that. With the surround they can. With the surround,
yeah, maybe the reinforcements. Yeah, I think if, GG.
GG!
Wow, okay.
Welcome back, guys, to ASL Prime League Legacy of the Void. Here we are in Game 2 of this best of 3. The blue Protoss player in the bottom left-hand corner of Moonlight Madness. From Flipside Tactics, up 1 game. It is puCK. And his opponent
up here in the top right-hand corner of Moonlight Madness, we got our purple Zerg player, Plurmorant.
We'll see how he opens up this game. Always curious about the Zerg openers, not only because, well, they're Zerg, but just because there are so many more Zerg players than the rest, at least on ladder. Whenever I'm playing Legacy of the Void ladder, it's like 50% Zerg, 25% Terran, 25% Protoss, when I've actually been matching up against people. But now that we'll see, puCK changing it up, I think, than in Game 1. Maybe it was the same, didn't really hit on what he was doing, but at least this game, it will be a gate into Nexus, which I like. There's kind of a lot of builds. Protoss is still figuring out how they want to expand and how they actually want to go around taking third bases and such. But still, see, puCK took his third base last game. Definitely just kind of, if I defend, I win. This game, though, we'll see Orbital Shipyard. Always, you do have 2 bases into the natural and the main, so you got to worry out. It's not necessarily if I defend, I win. It's if I can defend this, pull back, defend that, and you gotta spread yourself a little bit thin as Protoss. But with the addition of the new gateway unit, the Adept, generally you can start to do that just because of how tanky they are. puCK, though, maybe looking for some shenanigans.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. Yeah, he's got that probe up towards the third base. Probably just to scout, see what's going on. And yeah, we'll get caught out with those couple of Lings. Yeah, for now, just Everything looks pretty good for puCK. He has... Is that a full wall off at his natural?
That is a full wall off, yes.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you do have the back rocks, and you have 2 ways to get into that back rock area, so you kind of just not worry about that area.
Yeah, I'd say the full wall off is kind of indicative on this map of wanting to go up to 3 bases pretty quickly, because although you don't necessarily want to take that, like, be really greedy and try and take that back expansion as your first expansion, because it is very easy, as Plurmorant's going to show us, to very quickly break down those back rocks, and if you've been a bit greedy and taking that expansion, then you're in some trouble, because it is very open. But it acts great as a really fast third.
Yeah, we'll have...
He's going to have to be dealing with this big link flood from Plurmorant, and it's going to be tough.
You'll have to see. He's not even going to see it now, because these links will come in the back area. They do have metabolic boost this time, unlike game 1. He did go for that relatively quicker metabolic boost, and the Stalker may go down, and the Sentry's not going to be there to force field it off. These links have an opportunity to go into the main and get some kills. There's a Photon Overcharge, but only one pylon directly in the main to actually utilize it.
Yeah, the other pylon is going to be focused down, covering the ramp, and these links can just run down to the natural. Oh, but a quick wall in there by puCK. Fast thinking, and that's going to deny Plurmorant. The pylon overcharge is going to run out soon, and puCK only has, I think, 1 left. And he's going to use it on this second one, but the links getting all around that are going to focus it down very, very quickly. The probe's going to do what they can, but they're going to die so quickly against this many lings.
This push has to do damage, though. At the moment, it is 42 probes to 18 drones. This has to do as much damage as as Plurmorant possibly can. He is currently down a game, and he really wants to move on to that winners match. Once that pylon goes down, that is literally 2/3 of the entire production for puCK here, and now he's a little bit crippled. There are so many lings out of the map currently, 41 lings, and off the back of this, finally Plurmorant is droning, but all after making a total of 41 lings and evening up the workers 24 to 27. GG, Plurmorant takes game 2. What's up, guys? This is Ruins of Ceres. Over here in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player took game 1, was not able to take game 2. From Flipside Tactics, the blue Protoss player, puCK.
And his opponent over up here, cross positions in the top left. He's been pretty cheesy so far, so hasn't actually taken a 3rd hatchery. Ruins of Ceres is a pretty good map to do that on, though, and we'll see whether he will. It's that purple Zerg, Plurmorant.
Currently, he was saying it's teamless, so not representing nobody, but that's out there, guys. Playing in ASL Prime is pretty good. You're looking for some team play, looking for some players on a high-level team, might as well go for him. Plurmorant opens up a hatch into pool, which still is, even though it's not totally indicative of the rest of the match, generally when I have been seeing that, looking through all the replays, it's either layer or a quick roach tech, something of the sort. We'll see, though, because puCK is going to get a nice scout. No lings out quite yet, and that may be actually very nice for him. We'll see how he reacts. He did not open, unlike game 1 and 2, is not going to be doing the 1-gate fast expand. Actually, puCK did go for a cyber, so we'll see, though. Here's the scout. How's he going to react?
Yeah, I mean, going for that cyber before the Nexus is going to delay his econ a little bit. He is getting the Nexus down, though, but of course, he does get that faster tech, faster access to the big Protoss power unit in Legs the Void, which is, of course, the Adept. And, yeah, it could be we're going to see a little bit of an Adept rush, or maybe some other kind of tech rush out of puCK. Or maybe he just wants to try and play it a little safe, given Plurmorant has shown a very aggressive style in the first couple of games.
Yeah, definitely. In game 1 on Orbital, really liking that quick Hydra, and even though it truly didn't get damage done, it's still the whole mentality of, I am going for the aggression, I'm getting my upgrades, and I'm going to hit a timing where you can't quite defend. Game 2, same thing with the Lings, and kind of the same idea, just you can't really defend this massive Lings. Game 3, though, we'll have to see puCK, as you mentioned, being very cautious. I think he even wants to get a wall off here. He's being really careful, even though he's already got a wall off in his main. First Adept will come out, distracting as his wall. And remember, his first probe did get a scout, but that's all it did. It's not on the other side of the map, waiting to throw down a pylon, nothing of the sort. And there's actually the Roach Warren.
It's in the bottom left.
Plurmorant.
Yeah, the Provi is in the bottom left, so there's a possibility it could come back in. Wow, that is sneaky.
Burn.
Camouflage, yeah. Better hope Plurmorant has his health bars on, otherwise there's basically no way I can see him seeing that. But
Well, if you A move the unit, like generally
yeah.
a lot of people do, you can see it. But yeah, it's always kind of funny when you discover something. You're like, wait a second, how are you there? How are you in my main base?
But yeah, it's going to be coming in. Maybe it's going to put down a puCK's pylon, or maybe it's just going for a second scout. For now, though, Plurmorant, he's got a roach warren down, and it's going up towards Lair. So yeah, let's see what he's got in store for us. I'd kind of like to see like a borrow roach play. I think that could be really strong.
Yeah, and I think for now, I mean, Plurmorant is really going to rely on his roaches for a while. He's only on 2 gas. If you really want to try to nuzzle your way up to 3 to Hydras, you generally want to get your 3rd extractor. We'll have to see, though. Still, that's a pretty quick thing to do. For now, though, I mean, it's going to be Stargate for puCK here. And I like the Stargate move, but I just love to see an Oracle to start off. But maybe it's, on the other hand, he does not want to show his hand quite to his opponent yet. He's very active with his Stalker in the main and has a beautiful vision of his main, and I'm guessing wants to kind of box out any Overlords from actually getting vision onto that Stargate. See how he utilizes it, though. Maybe a timing attack?
Maybe having his vision on his main is going to be vital in the upcoming game, because we see a Nidus network coming towards finishing up for Plurmorant. He has 2 Overlords in position to throw them down, and wherever they go, puCK is going to immediately know about it. He won't be able to do anything until it pops, but he'll know about it. And Plurmorant, I think he loads his queens in first, and he does have quite a few queens. Yeah, here we go. Nice network's coming down. puCK is ready, but he's trying to surround it to stop any units actually being able to come out. But the queens it's almost certainly going to be able to pop out first. And they're going to be able to transfuse this Night network. Pylon overcharge though. He's trying to focus it down, but the queen's transfusing just a little too much. It does finally fall, but have enough roaches been unloaded already?
Only 10 roaches, or actually 12 in total, but 10 now roaches were able to get out, but 3 photon overcharges on 3 separate pylons. That is so powerful. Still, the queens are alive. They're going to be able to transfuse, but we'll see how the Warpins and the Void Rays of puCK are pretty good. Currently out on the map, there is only 1 Void Ray, but still, that could be just enough to start removing the queens from actually being able to transfuse these roaches and whatnot. Now, though, I think puCK is defended. He's just got to make sure these roaches don't focus down a couple probes. But I don't think that will be the case. I think barely he's going to defend this.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close, but it's only 3 roaches, a few extra weapons of adepts. The Void Ray even has just lost interest and is now chasing an Overlord, trying to ensure a second Nidus Worm doesn't go down. But very nice defense there by puCK. Plurmorant behind it. It's the last game. He doesn't want to GG as easily as he did in the first one, so he's going to double expand behind this and see whether he can get how much greed he can get away with before puCK comes across the map to punish him. And that's his route back into it, because he needs to kind of catch up in there. puCK doesn't have a 3rd base, which is an advantage for him in this.
Yeah, puCK doesn't quite have a 3rd base at the moment. He's actually completely walled in. He killed the gateway. I'd rather see the pylon. You just build a pylon next to it. I feel like the gateway is pretty important, but maybe an Immortal can't get through that slot. Whatever the case is, puCK is looking to go across the map, do some damage. Adept shield upgrades coming out, and I love that right after he defended, right after he killed the final roaches, he started that up, not wanting them to see the upgrade come down, but more just it's his next step in the game plan. It's cool. I defended. I've got a good economy. Now I'm gonna go punish them. Not only that, he's got these Void Rays, as you can see, which can do decent micro off the cliffs on this map and kind of hitting the main or in the actually in the 3rd or in the main at this point.
Yeah, especially with all the tech of Plurmorant kind of in the back of his main mineral line. Very much a little angle for the Void Rays to come in, snipe a roach, or snipe a spawning pool. But for now, they're actually being caught out a little bit. Oh, just barely. They both get away, though one of them is, of course, on very low health. And that could be taken down later.
Yeah, man, that 3 health Void Ray. It's basically just bail ship here. Get a new Void Ray. I don't know how Void Rays work, if they have pilots or if they're like Immortals. They're the dead. They're the dead stalkers, but we'll have to see.
I'm pretty sure they have pilots. They have pilots in the portraits.
Do they? Okay, cool. Oh yeah, good point actually. Oh, the Hydra's maybe able to
Hydras.
snipe one. They're gunning for the kill, and there's one that goes down. At the moment, Plurmorant is currently sitting at, what has he got? 50 army supply to the 38 of puCK, but puCK has so many upgrades. If you look in the production tab, he's actually got shields, air weapons in charge. So I guess Adept, Zealot, a couple random air units.
I mean, yeah, shields, of course. The adepts have enormous amounts of shield, and it benefits all the air units as well. So, pretty good choice there, I think, by puCK. He's also getting a couple oracles for stasis traps all around the map, and we've seen those be used to great effect. A Warp Prison loaded up for puCK as well can start trying to do some damage in towards the main, and unlike Plurmorant doesn't have such great vision coverage of the main, though an Overlord is moving in position to grant him that right as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Plurmorant's trying to get a little bit more vision onto the map, and actually we will see a Warp Prism at the third base doing some damage. I like the oracles of puCK, but they're not in the right position to shut down the army because they're just going to gun down these zealots. And I mean, did they get a kill there? Both sides have killed one worker so far. There's the second blood. 2 workers killed in that attack. I think all that did is pull Plurmorant back for a little while. We'll see how that actually works out. The oracles of puCK put down a lot of stasis wards, but the majority of them defensive. So really, I mean, puCK's going to have to fall back onto them if he wants to utilize them. But 2 more Stargates coming out of puCK, so I guess he's going to commit more into that. Maybe carriers. Does he have a fleet beacon at the moment? No fleet beacon, but still, there's a lot of different units you could make with it.
Yeah, I guess so. The Vipers are going to be coming into play for Plurmorant pretty soon. His +1/+1 only just starting is so incredibly late. So puCK is going to have an enormous upgrade advantage. I mean, the thing is, his upgrades aren't actually looking terrific either. So, I don't know. He's going to have +1 shields and +1 air weapons, but that doesn't affect oracles. Does he actually have any Void Rays right now?
Out on the map, no, he does not have any Void Rays. So yeah, he added on 3 stars, or he added up 2. Okay, yeah.
Phoenix.
What I was gonna say is he added on 2 Stargates, so he better utilize it somewhere. But puCK, I mean, that's an aggressive 4th base right there. I like it though. With the Phoenixes, I mean, he can pick up a lot of the units, and he's gonna want to start just picking away at his opponent with them. But we'll see. This is such an aggressive base. Really, he's just trying to bait time warps or stasis wards.
Yeah, I think so. But if Plurmorant does get a bit too far into that stasis ward, there'll be a full minute where puCK's army... Oh, he's just going to trigger on 1 Hydra. Very nice. Almost manages to get the Hydra out even. But, oh well. If he had yanked his own Hydra away from the stasis ward, now that's the top level play.
Yeah,
expect to see.
That is the Korean level play where people are like, oh, stasis ward OP.
And then
stasis ward OP. And the Koreans are like, what are you talking about? Like... Just make a ton of Vipers. Like, psh, what are you talking? But if this army engages, there are so many stasis wards by that 3rd base. That it's going to be majority of it shut down. For now, though, I mean, puCK, he's got so many zealots here, but they're +1 shield zealots. They're not +1 attack zealots. They're +1 shield zealots and almost +2. So charge is good. I guess it does an extra. What is it, like 8 damage on impact? So maybe that compensates for the +1. Not having +1 attack? I don't know.
He wants to try and trigger these stasis wards. Oh, he's going to... Whoa.
There's so many, though. Like, after these trigger, he's got to be like, cool, no more stasis wards. Actually, he does have the Overseers.
Oh,
the feedbacks. Nice feedbacks.
3. Every single Viper gets feedback. Only 1 even survives that. No, there's 1 with a couple... with a Blinding Cloud left. And it's going to be used on that Abduct to yank the Warp Prison away, but almost all of these Roaches have just been stasis warded, and it's just a few Hydras. The Phoenixes sweep in and clean everything up, but the Roaches are just about to come out of stasis, but it's just piecemeal fighting from the army of Plurmorant, and puCK is going to deal with this wonderfully.
Yeah, a total of 20 Roaches were shut down out of the army, and when your army supplies, I'm not sure what it was at the start of that match, or battle, when your army supply is so low still, I mean, that is the majority of your army taken out, but off the back of this, more Roaches, more Hydra is coming up, but Chitinous Plating, Ultralisk Den is down, and this is what we're really seeing a lot of ZVPs come down to. The Zerg player if it doesn't work, if whatever strategy, whatever push they're doing in the beginning doesn't quite work, they'll go and do another kind of reposts off of that. They keep trying to prod at their opponent until they can get up to ultras, and ultras kind of splitting is +4 armor. That just negates just about everything. Negates a lot of the zealots, but we'll have to see how that works out. Still, Hydra Roach for now, and these Phoenixes got to be really careful. They're low on energy.
Yeah, not quite enough to keep on fighting those Hydras. They pick off quite a few of them before anything else happens. These Oracle desperately trying to set up that stasis ward defense that allowed puCK to slow Plurmorant down enough last time. And oh, there's one stasis ward trapped, another one. And so far, yeah, they're not doing too much.
There's no Overseer currently with the army, though, so if he gets a little bit too, well, you don't have that many stasis wards. We'll have to see. Only still one stasis ward there, but the time, or the what was that?
The storms absolutely decimate Plurmorant's army, and with just a couple of Hydras left, the Phoenixes clean up everything, but they're going to run out of anything, so they have next to nothing left to actually deal with these Roaches. The Vipers, though, they do not want to stay near this Phoenix Cloud.
Yeah, and those 3 gates just went down. Currently, there's only actually 3 gates in the main. One's not a gateway, but that's only 2 gate warp-ins at the moment for puCK. This is such a scary position. He's down 1 gate, or technically it's even 1-1, but whoever wins this game will move on to the winner's match. There is enough Phoenixes here. They can pick off the Hydras, but the Roaches are going directly for the probes now. By the way, even though puCK is on a 4th base, remember, he already lost his earlier kind of greedy 4th base, so this is really key of his economy to keep it going. He hasn't actually lost that much at the moment. Sitting at 58 probes to 78 drones before he was at 62.
Yeah, right.
So not too many actually killed, though.
Not looking so hot for the NA Protoss now. Plurmorant he's just everywhere. He's going to take down this 4th base again. puCK's going to be he's on one mining base now. The natural's been taken out. There's 1 mineral patch in his main with how many minerals in it? 85, and just like 4 mineral patches left in his 3rd base. GG. Plurmorant takes the 2-1 after a little bit of a shaky start.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.